Arts and science colleges across Chennai are witnessing a record high recruitments by IT companies. And joining us now, Dr. Wilson, the principal of Madras Christian College. Professor, thank you very much for your time. What's the trend this year?
This year, normally in phases, we see the placements coming in. This is the first phase. Compared to the last year, this year we feel that the placement is a bit high. We have totally around 163 placements this year. And mostly we find that BCom students are in demand now. So we in MCC we have around 1,000 students in BCom. We have a professional accounting and accounts and finance and general BCom and in both aided and shift two. Number two is the supply demand, where we see that the lot of need from industry side for finance services and fintech. So looking at these two, I would say that definitely this year is better than last year and previous years, yesterday years.
How much high compared to last year?
No, if you see by last year by this time probably would have finished around 60 or 70 placements in the first phase. So if we see 160, you can just see how many times that increased. If you want to think that it is a linear one, if you want to extrapolate it, probably this time we might end up two or three times than last year.
In terms of numbers?
Numbers now it's 160. Last year it was around 300 and something now. So probably we might end up at 600 or 650.
So am I right? Last year you had a total of around 300 plus recruitments,
Yeah,
but this year already.
327,
You can
300.
explain to us.
Yeah, approximately last year we had totally around 327. We had good companies like Deloitte coming in. This year also we had Deloitte, but this year we have Barclay coming in, and their package is really very good. It's around 10 lakhs, 9 lakhs per 1 lakh bonus, so around 10 lakhs they are paying. So I would say this year's observation, one of the observations that 10 lakh is something new that we are seeing for liberal arts and science colleges. So that is so encouraging. That is so encouraging.
And the focus areas are?
BCom and BBA as of now. We are expecting normally these three courses like BCom, BBA, and BCA will be in demand. So the next phase we're expecting that BCA would be hired more.
Why would tech companies come to arts and science colleges now?
Yeah. No, among the liberal arts and science colleges, we are in top 10 or 20. So automatically the creamy layer students are here now. So that is one of the reasons. And we have very good students and we have a very good ecosystem here. We have Innovation Park as a part of it. So looking at that, many students who aspire to become an entrepreneur also are now picking up this particular institution as a part of their admission process.
I understand. And is it also because they look at fintech? Commerce students do well in this area?
Sure, yes, I would say that is because the awareness mostly on cybersecurity is and so on now. So they are picking up now. We are also offering practicals in these lines for the Master of Commerce students too. So we are also making efforts in line with the trend that is going on globally.
Mhm.
So probably that also could have added. So we need to do a very clear research in order to know what could exactly be the reason for this. So the way we have interacted with the HR of the companies, they say that the demand is more for this year. The business demand is more this year. And looking at the top colleges like MCC, they are in demand. Definitely, other colleges would have also got the same opportunity. But one thing that is a very good observation from us is 107 students hired in bulk by one company. Number one. Number two, 10 lakh as a salary package. These two are the very important things for this year.
And the focus area is fintech, is it?
Yeah, fintech, financial services, banking services. So the demand is very high in those areas. So we can see a lot of BCom students are getting placed. So
In what way do you think arts and science colleges qualify for this when there is a demand for by tech companies in areas like fintech?
now, commerce students, apart from the regular curriculum, they also make it a point to do the value-added programs like fintech programs, parallelly. So they are very clear about the job market.
Right.
So automatically they prepare themselves in advance. And the next year onwards, we are also planning to offer a lot of skill development courses. One of them is fintech. Fintech is a part of skill development courses. So every department is now planning to offer one skill development program in line with the non-Mudal one scheme.
Right.
So that is also probably, I would say that next year onwards we can see the placements increasing. You know that if you look into carefully the NASCOM detail, the skill deficit I would call it's a 48%. That means supply demand. Supply is this so much, and demand is so much. Supply is very less. So 48%. We need to appeal to that particular demand and try to, as you say, fintech probably is a progressive area and very important area that we need to address now the coming years.
What next in terms of keeping up with this momentum?
What we would do is now the companies are now trying to outsource the companies who train them intentionally. So what I would say is that apart from having a conventional curriculum that we have, we need to prepare students right from first year in preparing them for a career planning. So what I proposed for my own faculty is that we will do an academic profiling in the first year. In the second year, we'll do the personality profiling. Third year, we'll do a skill profiling. We'll map all these things together. The third year, we'll prepare them in advance to tell them very clearly, this is your vocation, probably you can try to work on. So if you try to work in an informed way, placements can definitely be increased.
And are colleges like yours very happy now? What
We are
next?
very happy looking at, because placement is a very important one when it comes to admission. So placement and admission are directly connected to each other. So I'm very happy, and we would make a lot of efforts in the next year probably to strategically and intentionally train students, specifically identifying their skills and training them to place them in companies. So
Any plans to keep up this momentum going?
yes, sure, sure. So now we are planning for a full-time placement cell officer. So that would really help us to devote time specifically, like right from first year, we'll prepare them. So
Right. Thank you so much for your time. That was the principal of MCC, Dr. Wilson, talking to us in Chennai with Suresh, Sam Daniel, Find the TV.